Okay, folks, welcome to Monday, the 26th of September. It's about 9:40 here in Ireland. And what we've had really overnight was an exceptional selling down on the euro in the Asian session. We're trying to recover here on most of these equities, holding back above VWAP. But quite a quiet data slate in the US to come for the rest of the day. But really, the best trading days this week, data-wise, are going to be sort of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So look, what we've had is a really strong dollar. I think we're looking at the euro to keep on bouncing back to the upside here. So just to show you what we've been looking at, and you'll probably recall from last week, I was looking at this trend channel. Now, I'll just take these measurements off, but essentially this is the daily bar channel down on the euro, right? And we've really breached down through the bottom of this trend channel now to only find support here essentially on the euro, to then move back up at least towards the midline. And a couple of key levels coming into play here, of course, as well. The year 2000, I remember it well. The spot 97,305's level coming into play there on the current pullback on the euro right here on top left of your screen. Okay, and then last week coming into play was a breach on that 2001 level, the spot 97.97. The dollar is set to come back really to its own trend channel top. So if we leave the euro behind and then go over on the Dixie to look at what's happening here, that's the bund. We'll say hello or goodbye to the bund for a second and hello to the dollar. So you see this trend channel up here on the Dixie, right? And kind of starting off there in the start of this year. And anyway, by the by, here we are up on the weekly bars here, and just so much excess on the high currently on today. I think we need to come back down, and that is going to be the trend channel top here. It's highlighted here. Before I think we're going to have to come back down to earth. I mean, I just think the dollar has been overly bought here now. Bank of Japan not committing to what sort of prices they want to defend on the yen. So I think we have essentially, for any of the euro lovers for the longs, I think we have the Bank of Japan on our side here as well, essentially. So look, that's the euro dollar story at the moment. Bund quite resistant on this 139s level here. So we were trading this morning on the bounce. Just what we were talking about was we might have breached this to the downside, but essentially we've had that pullback now this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts to bid over, can't do it. We're going down on the bund. We're definitely going down. So for me, you can talk about these levels here, like going back to 2015 December. That's 133.63s, and I just can't see a world where we don't trade down there. I think it's the worst bond environment. It's great for people who are getting the yield, but I think these bonds are going to have a serious walloping. And with that, we can't really expect much out of gold. Everyone's talking about gold, run into gold, blah, blah, blah. I don't see the trade. Tell me where the trade is. I don't see it. I think we can easily just work down on the range here to 1568. I just don't see the support. Maybe mid-range here, which is just in the middle of nowhere, maybe 1625s. Let's just call it 16 handle. I think, there maybe some buyers, but right now, tell me how good that long gold position is going. Yeah, not great, right? So, look, coming into this US session, quiet on the data front. Let's look at the SPOOs. Here we are on the daily. Yeah, so here we are on the actually weekly bars. And so, we've breached this compression area here. We did start this from moving from the downside to the up. We're now breaching to the downside here. Are we in a fake out situation to the downside, where we rally from these levels back into the compression area and travel back across? I don't know. It's way too early to tell that right now, but all I know is that we're holding this sort of 2001 March lows here at 36.95s, and we should be able to rally a little bit back up from here. But if we breach the lows of last week, for example, I think 36.35s is just going to be a pit stop, as then we go down to, these Goldman Sachs levels of 36s. And then you're really getting into kind of the COVID bounce highs there in September, here at about that 35.44s. But for now, I think, look, the seller's definitely waiting. Should we bounce to 38.29s? And, there's going to be more selling, I think, if we breach last week's lows on equities. A couple of sectors that I've been looking at over the weekend with friends has been the payment sector. Square Up looking exceedingly cheap right now. Maybe worth having a look at that. But this is not trading or investment advice. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. Quiet day on the slate. All right.